I'm Shay Russell from mining.com.au and I'm coming to you from the Noosa Mining Conference. Standing next to me is my friend Donald Garner, Managing Director of Iltani Resources. Donald, it's good to see you again, a bit different this time. There's no high vis on either of us. How are you?
Good, thank you. And how are you?
Good. So we've gone from being hot and sweaty in Herberton to hot and sweaty in Noosa.
Yeah.
We're going to do it in corporate attire this time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Orient Project, which I recently got to see. Donald, the scale of that project is enormous. It is like we've got this map here, and we're going to talk about this in a second. It is an enormous project that you're working on.
It is big, yeah.
Where's that drill rig at the moment?
Drill rig is over here, Orient East. You remember when we were there?
Yes.
So we've got, I think, 4 holes left at Orient East.
Mm-hmm.
Then the drill rig is going to go over to Orient West and start the JORC resource infill drilling program. We were planning to start it earlier. Mm-hmm. However, as everyone knows, we went to Antimony Ward first. So we drilled Antimony Ward, then Orient East, then we're moving to Orient West. So yeah, we won't finish the JORC infill program before the wet season. Mm-hmm. So we'll be finishing it up in 2025, but we'll start it.
So you've started the infill drilling now.
We'll start in I think when I spoke to Eric this morning, Eric, you remember Eric?
I remember Eric.
Probably in 2 days' time, the rig will move to Orient West. Mm-hmm. We don't want to push our luck with the wet season because last year Cyclone Jasper came through in early December. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to have the rig off-site before the wet, in case the rig gets stuck on site and we have to pay standby.
Oh wow, yeah, no, you absolutely want to avoid doing that. But before we get into some of the more nitty-gritty details, tell me, how many holes have you got left to go, do you think, before the wet season? People understand when they see the site video just how much ground you've got to cover.
I think 16 holes.
Yeah, so it's a lot of work to fit in a short space of time.
Yeah, I mean the rig will do 150 to 200 meters a day, so it's just stepping through the holes.
Now, I know we can't talk about the results yet because we haven't got assay results yet,
No.
but I do know you were smiling as you were going through those bags.
Unfortunately, as you know, we've still got, and Eric explained, we've still got delays with ALS and Tynesville because they've been swapped with assays. So yeah, they are coming, but not on the time frame we wanted.
That's okay. Good things come to those who wait. Let's get into this. Now, this chart, it's really hard to convey the sheer size of it, but what it's super cool is we stood here, and then all the way over here is where your other, this is a 1,500 metre distance that you're trying to cross, isn't it?
So, remember we were there?
Yep.
Up in Orient 1 where we just drilled those 2 scissor holes under Orient 1. And we also went over to the area of old workings at Orient West, you know, where the waste dumps, where the hand sorted master sulfides are on the waste dumps. Then we drove along the ridge to Orient 28, and we looked back from Orient 28 to Orient East. Fortunately, we didn't get the chance to go up to Dead Man Creek, nor did we go down to Orient South, but yeah.
Well, I think what I'm trying to emphasise here is just how much this map doesn't convey the sheer size of what this covers. So there's 1,500 metres between here and here in a valley, isn't there?
Yeah, well, yeah.
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 That's an enormous project that you're working on.
Look, we have to have to create an ore body, you have to have the volume for the ore body to be. And we've got the volume, so as you know, we've got Orient West, Orient East, Dead Man Creek in the south. So it's a big system. The concept, which you can probably have a better idea of now being on site, open pit here, open pit there, and chase the high grade underground. So and you can see the high grades. And we've also, these are some selected assays, you can see good, 38, 40 meters thick.
Yep.
So you can imagine when you were at Orient West, you saw the veins sticking out the ground.
Yeah.
And so you can almost visualize the open pit as we take out the high grade veins and the low grade mineralisation on the high grade veins. Then once the strip ratio becomes uneconomic, we'll follow the high grade material underground, and we don't know where these veins go. They're open at depth. We don't know how far we've drilled to 300 meters vertical over here, so we just don't know how far they go. So yeah,
it's a pretty cool problem to have.
It is. The challenge for us is we've only ever had one drill rig at Orient. So as I said, currently there, moving to here, and in 2025 we're probably going to have to lift it up and go for 2 to 3 drill rigs on site. So have a drill rig Orient West and Orient East.
Well, that was going to be my final question. What's the plans for 2025? But 2 to 3 rigs sounds very intense. I look forward to that.
We'll see. As I said, we'll get the assay results back. We'll work through the assay results in the wet season. Then we'll plan out what we're going to do in 2025. But Orient West JORC resource, hopefully get Orient East to JORC resource. Then we can have a better idea of the conceptual mine development. Then we can plan forward.
Well, I'm looking forward to those assay results and a site video coming very, very soon.
You have to come back in 2025.
I will absolutely come back. It was awesome. Hey, Donald, thank you so much for being here today. Can't wait to see what's happening for Iltani.
Thanks, guys.